Living with purpose and resilience requires mental strength and discipline. Certain habits can weaken our minds and prevent us from reaching our full potential. Stoicism, the ancient Greek philosophy, provides powerful insights on gaining fortitude and freedom. By transforming behaviors and thought patterns, we can cultivate an unshakable mindset. This enables us to take control of our lives. This video will explore 7 habits that make us mentally weak based on Stoic teachings. If you haven't subscribed, I recommend you to subscribe and hit the bell icon for more Stoic philosophy. We'll examine how complaining, blaming others, indulging in excess, and letting emotions rule us hold us back. We'll also discuss how chasing fame and fortune, dwelling on the past, and fearing death diminishes our lives. Finally, we'll summarize key takeaways and the overall principles for strengthening our minds through Stoicism. Adopting this transformative philosophy allows us to live more purposefully and resiliently. 1. Complaining about things outside your control. For example, being stuck in traffic is frustrating. But getting angry and complaining about it does nothing except raise your blood pressure. Practicing acceptance and focusing on constructive actions you can take is the Stoic response. 1. Complaining about things outside your control. For example, being stuck in traffic is frustrating. But getting angry and complaining about it does nothing except raise your blood pressure. Practicing acceptance and focusing on constructive actions you can take is the Stoic response. 2. Blaming others for your problems. It's easy to blame others when things go wrong in our lives. But the Stoics teach us to look inward instead. We all have a choice in how we respond to difficulties. Take responsibility for your thoughts and actions rather than blaming external forces. Say your partner is neglectful. Rather than blaming them and arguing, think about how you can communicate your needs more effectively. Or if you fail an exam, don't blame the teacher, reflect on improving your study habits. 3. Indulging in excessive pleasures. The Stoics warn against excess in pleasures like food, alcohol, sex, and leisure. While enjoying life's pleasures in moderation is fine, overindulgence can distract us from what matters and lead us to make poor decisions. Practicing self-discipline will strengthen your willpower. For example, binge eating or drinking to cope with stress provides short-term relief but long-term harm. Moderating your intake and finding healthier stress relievers is the wiser path. 4. Letting your emotions rule you. Powerful emotions like anger, jealousy, and grief can overwhelm our reason if we let them. The Stoics advise monitoring your emotional reactions and not letting them dictate your behavior. Give yourself time to process emotions mindfully rather than reacting rashly. When you feel anger building, take deep breaths and go for a walk rather than yell at someone in the heat of the moment. Allow yourself to feel grief after a loss, but don't let it consume you indefinitely. 5. Being overly concerned with fame and fortune. Chasing money, status, and social recognition may seem necessary. However, the Stoics believe these external things ultimately provide little meaning or lasting fulfillment. Focus instead on cultivating your character, wisdom, and contribution to society. Ask yourself if working 80 hours weekly for a luxury car improves your well-being. Or could you gain more satisfaction through volunteering and spending time with family instead? 6. Dwelling on the past. Obsessing past mistakes, failures, and missed opportunities is easy. But this accomplishes nothing. The past is gone forever. The Stoics teach us to learn what we can from the past while concentrating our efforts on the present moment. Each day is a chance to start fresh. Ruminating how you could have done better on a project that has already ended will only rob you of joy now. Reflect, make amendments, and refocus your mind on the present. 7. Fearing death. Fearing death is natural. But constant anxiety about our mortality only ruins the life we currently have. Stoicism says to focus on living virtuously rather than worrying about when and how we will die. Accepting death makes us appreciate life more fully. Death is inevitable, so make the most of the time you have. Cherish relationships, follow passions, and aim to leave a positive legacy instead of being paralyzed by morbid thoughts. Transforming our thinking and behavior using Stoic philosophy can strengthen our minds and enable us to live more freely. What habits can you change today? Let's delve into the case study of Julie. Julie has been feeling overwhelmed and anxious lately. She constantly complained about her long work hours and blamed her boss for not letting her leave early enough. At home, Julie often coped by overeating ice cream and binge-watching TV for hours. She frequently lost her temper at minor inconveniences like traffic jams. Julie also obsessed over regrets about not taking that job offer last year that would have paid more. At night, she lay awake worrying about losing her parents someday. Julie realized these habits were making her miserable and weak-minded. She decided to take a Stoic approach to transforming her thoughts and behaviors. First, Julie practiced accepting things out of her control, like her boss's demands. She focused on doing her best work without complaining. For stress relief, Julie moderated pleasures by taking short walks instead of overeating or TV binges. When angered by traffic, Julie paused, breathed slowly, and reminded herself getting upset wouldn't change the situation. Instead of regretting the past, she started journaling and meditation to focus on the present. To limit worrying about mortality, Julie reflected on how she wanted to live meaningful days with her parents now. Letting go of excessive emotions and desires freed Julie to gain inner strength. She realized Stoicism's wisdom could help anyone lead a peaceful, purposeful life. Julie's case shows how transforming behaviors and mindsets weakens us, while Stoic principles strengthen us to live freely. Learn some key takeaways. 1. Stop grumbling about circumstances you can't control. Focus on what you can change. 2. Assume accountability for your actions rather than faulting others. 3. Practice moderation in pleasure seeking to avoid poor choices. 4. Manage reactions to powerful emotions like anger thoughtfully, not impulsively. 5. Don't obsess over material gain and fame. Seek wisdom and character growth. 6. Learn from the past but live in the present moment. 7. Accept mortality to appreciate life fully. In conclusion, adopting Stoic philosophical principles can help transform behaviors and thought patterns that weaken our minds into those that strengthen us. Letting go of excessive emotions, desire, and attachment to uncontrollable externals allows for a more purposeful and resilient life. Complaining less while taking responsibility for our choices enables personal growth. Overall, Stoicism provides timeless wisdom on gaining mental fortitude and living freely.